First, I want to thank Chairman Carter and Ranking Member Tonker for holding today's important hearing on a legislative fix to EPA's proposed PM2.5 rule, and for the witness for appearing with us. The National Ambient Air Quality Standard, NAAQS, setting process is broken. The evidence of this is in EPA's proposed PM2.5 rule, which is unworkable for states and draconian for businesses. Sadly, this is all part of a worrying trend in the EPA of extreme regulations and government overreach. There is a misconception among many here in Washington that manufacturing is strictly based in urban centers. Yes, in South Central Pennsylvania, we produced coal, natural gas, agricultural goods, but in Pennsylvania's 13th Congressional District, there is also a vibrant manufacturing section. In my district, that includes sectors such as steel, glass, aviation, aluminum, and paper. In these small towns, the manufacturers are the economic heartbeat of the communities. The paper industry is a great example of this, with companies like International Paper in Biglerville, like Nittany Paper in Mifflin County, and like American Eagle Paper Products in Blair County, each being integral and economical parts of the communities in which they reside. Sadly, PM 2.5 will make it harder for these industries to survive and harder to thrive. These companies have stayed in business by continuing to update and innovate their production of goods. American manufacturing today is the cleanest and the most efficient it has ever been. PM 2.5 will make it difficult to impossible for businesses in my district to adapt and modernize against international competition. The new complex permitting process that manufacturers will be forced to go through will scare away capital, and it will scare away new investments. All of this under the guise of public health. For the record, I am a doctor, and I've practiced medicine for over 25 years. Caring about my constituents' health is not a political slogan. It is what I dedicated my life and my education to. And I can tell you from my personal experience, the way to improve healthy outcomes in a community is not to choke off economic development. It is to enforce and lift up the community regulators that overreach and take them away from the equation. It is to allow businesses to survive and businesses to thrive. The EPA needs to stop acting like it operates in a faulty vacuum and start to recognize that the real-world effects it has on American families. My first question is for you, Mr. Noe. Thank you for being here to represent the paper industry. As I mentioned, paper mills are critical to small towns throughout my district. How would PM 2.5 affect continued investment in them, their ability to modernize, and their long-term viability?
Here's the problem, Congressman, and thank you for the question. If EPA sets a standard close to background with a permit program that greatly overestimates the headroom needed for the permits, you have permit gridlock. Modernization projects can't proceed. What do I mean? Replacing older boilers, kilns, and furnaces with modern, efficient ones. Expanding lumber production to build new, affordable homes that sequester carbon. Repurposing a mill from making something like newsprint to sustainable packaging. This is where the Clean Air Act wanted us to be, which is where we can promote economic growth, we can promote high-paying jobs in America, and we can also make environmental progress. Because when you make these facilities more efficient using best controls, you make both economic and environmental progress. That's the win-win we need.
And that win-win, my friends on the other side of the aisle don't seem to recognize. They talk about situations where in past regulations, industry complains, but at the end of the day, they comply. From your view, what's different this time?
There's something very different right now, and it's very serious. And it's the basic issue I had explained, where never before in history have NAAQS standards become so close to background. The PM NAAQS is literally 1 microgram from average background in the US. You tip for a significant project You need 3, as I said before. So the permit can't proceed in that situation.
So with that narrow window, will industry be stifled?
Absolutely.
Within that narrow window, will jobs be lost?
Absolutely.
Within that narrow window, will my constituents not have the family-sustaining wages with health insurance that they are used to?
That's exactly the problem.